Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. It's Renee from Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's been a while. I'm excited to be here. Again, I told y'all I got a new job, so I am going to be sporadically doing these videos when I can. And today I'm kind of just winging it. I have been seeing a lot of bee pages being done, and it kind of sparked an interest in me. So I wanted to do a bee page. So I am using, let's see here. I got this freebie from Artie Mays. Artie Mays is a junk journaler online. So you can check her out. And she also has a Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook, you can check that out. She gives out freebies every once in a while. And this was one of her freebies. These really cool bee I guess ephemera pieces, but I just used the bees. I just cut the bees out. I had this sitting on my shelf and I was like, well, perfect. I will use these. I also think his palette came out with like a really cool bee printable. I did not purchase it. I do not have that one. So I just figured I'd use what I have. And then I used my die cut, my Big Shot, and die cut out some of these honeycombs that I had. I had this honeycomb die cut. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to keep some of the honeycomb parts in there. I like it how some of them come out and some don't. I mean, I could pop them all out, but I wanted to keep some like that. So that's kind of what I'll be using along with a variety of other things today. But we are going to be in Ezekiel chapter 20. And this chapter is called Israel's Rebellion, y'all. And this chapter really, truly is about God's mercy. So I am going to title this page God's Mercy. But if you need to read this chapter, because as I was reading it, the first time I read it, I was like, how can the Israelites be so dumb? Like God did all this stuff for them and they kept rebelling. But then, God's like, Renee, look at your own life. And yeah, like God does so much for me. And yet I continually rebel or want to do things my way. It's always like, no, God, I have a better way, So that's just, I'm along here with the Israelites. But okay, so the verse I'll be focusing on is verse 6. It says, I am the Lord your God. On that day I swore to them that I would bring them out of the land of Egypt into a land I had searched out for them, a land flowing with milk and honey. That's where the bees come in, milk and honey, the most beautiful of all lands. So God is giving them mercy. Even though they sinned against him, God is giving them mercy and bringing them into this land, right? But it goes on and it says, but they rebelled against me and were unwilling to listen to me. And then he said, so I considered pouring out my wrath on them. Oh, that's scary. But, so there's always a but, yay. But I acted for the sake of my name so that it would not be profaned in the eyes of the nations they were living among, in whose sight I had made myself known to Israel by bringing them out of Egypt. So he said he spared them, right? And so then it says he brought them out of Egypt and into the wilderness, and he gave them many things in the wilderness, and he provided for them in the wilderness. But Israel rebelled against me. And then it goes on and says, they rejected his ordinance. So I considered pouring out my wrath on them. But I acted for the sake of my name. So then it goes on. He says, I brought them out of the wilderness. And, I gave them all these signs. And yet the children rebelled against me. And said, so I considered pouring out my wrath on them and expressing my anger. But I withheld my hand and acted for the sake of my name. I mean, it's just continuously. And just read this chapter. It's kind of hilarious. As I was reading this, I was like, oh my goodness. It's kind of funny. It's kind of comical. But again, it's exactly what I do. But thank God for God's mercy, because it says he considered pouring out his wrath. And I'm sure he's considering pouring his wrath out on me every day. But his mercy. Thank you, Jesus, for your mercy. Okay, so I'm going to underline verse 6. It says, I am the Lord your God. On that day I swore to them that I would bring them out of the land of Egypt into a land I had searched out for them. That's pretty cool too. The Lord searched out the land for him. And it says he swore to them, and God always keeps his promises. That's another part of this line. A land flowing with milk and honey. the most beautiful of all lands. I love that. He doesn't just give us mercy, but he gives us abundant mercy, I think. And he like brings us into the land of abundance. I love that. Okay, so let's get cracking. Let's get crafting. Crafting, whatever you may call it. Gosh, I haven't been crafting in so long, y'all. I'm actually excited to get into this. So I have my pearlescent little watercolors here, and I'm going to be using these colors. Probably this one, the orange one, and maybe a little brown. I guess I don't really have a brown, so maybe just like those. I did prep my page with some, what did I prep it with? Gesso. And I am literally just gonna slop this on the page in a variety of areas. It's pouring with milk and honey, so I want it to kind of be drippy drippy and kind of, you know, very watercolory-ish. I don't even know if that's a word, but whatever. So I'm gonna load it with water and just kind of let it flow on the paper, on the page. This is our first layer. We're gonna do lots of layers today, y'all. I really wanted to kind of really get creative again because I haven't done it in so long. I really, really miss it. I haven't had time to read, which I used to be able to read a book almost in a day or two. Craft all the time, and I don't have time right now. I just don't. So, you know, I know there's a time and a season. So right now my season for crafting is kind of slowing down, and I'm kind of really, really sad about it because I have all this craft material. I mean, I know I'm going to get back to it. I just right now, I just don't have the time. I'm being pulled in a bazillion different directions right now. Let's get some of this orange on here. Oranger, copperish. I might put some of that color in there too. But I hope you're all doing well. It is summer here. Even though it's not officially summer, it's summer. It's like in the 90s. You know, we're in Houston. It's hot. We are in the 90s. I'm going to put this here. Whoops, sorry, y'all. Put this over here. And then I'm going to grab this and kind of dab that up a little bit because I don't want it pooling right there. I probably, you know what I should do? Let's, I'm trying to find an empty page. I have journaled on almost every single page in this. This Bible is going to have to be retired soon. I'm going to have to get a new one. Okay, well, I can't find a page that I have not journaled on, so I guess I'll just flip it like so. And now I'll make it a little bit flatter. There we go. And all my thingies fell off, but that's okay. All my little die cuts that I cut ahead of time. But I hope you're doing well. Thank God that there are so many other journalers and creators out there to keep y'all busy when I can't. I kind of feel bad. I miss y'all. I really miss doing this for sure. But again, time and a season. I know I'll definitely get back to it. I know it'll slow down eventually. It's just right now, it's crazy time. Crazy time. Okay, I'm going to put some of this copperish color as well. Ooh, yeah, I like that. I like it. Flow, baby, flow. So yeah, as you can see, I am just literally just slopping it on. It's okay. There's no rhyme or reason. Have fun with it. This is one thing I love about watercolors. You can get very detailed with it if you want, or just very artsy and just, you know, slop it on. I mean, I guess I'm calling it artsy. It's more lazy. I don't know. It's still creative. It's pretty. Okay, let's dry that because my paper is getting saturated. I love these pearlescent watercolors because they really do have some really great sheen and shine to them. And these are cheap ones that I got from Michael's, I think for like $4.99 or $5.99, whatever it was. It was cheap. And I had been using these for, I don't know, a couple years now. I mean, a couple of them are running out, but overall, these have lasted me. I really can't do the next part until this is dry, so I guess I gotta finish it. And watercolor is a great way to get some quick color on your page without really having to do much. Okay, the next thing I'm going to use while this is drying is I was gifted this honeycomb washi tape. I love it. I'm almost out of it. I'm going to have to find some more eventually. If I need any more, because this is it. This is all I have left. But I love it. Let's try this side and get it to dry a little faster. I like to dry both sides of my paper. It helps speed up the drying process. And if you don't like your page getting all crinkled like this, I do have a craft iron, which I barely use. I should use it a lot more, but I don't mind the page being all crinkled up. But if you do and you want it flat, you can just take a craft iron and iron over it. Okay. Let me put this over there. Get out of my space. Okay, and I'm gonna close this and move this because I don't think I'm gonna need those anymore. And I'm gonna move the water because I know myself. Okay, so let's grab the washi tape. Let's have some fun with this. Figure out where we're gonna put it. I know I want some at the top. I mean, this washi tape is so fun, y'all. I don't know who gifted it to me. It was a while back, but I'm so thankful. So thankful. This was so fun. Let's go put some across the top here. Yeah, I used to do Happy Mail back in the day a lot more than I do now. Again, because I'm just so busy. Oops, I'm gonna tear that piece because there we go. So Happy Mail is when you just gift somebody some fun stuff. I'm gonna just do a little bit here. In the mail, you know, just a random stranger, and you might have some extra stuff at home that, you know, kind of don't use, or you want to re-gift or whatever, and you want to bless someone's day. So there's a lot of places online on Facebook even where you can do Happy Mail. And so yeah, go check it out. Or if you're, you know, of a friend who's down and maybe she drinks tea or, you know, certain coffee or does a certain type of craft. Okay, where's the end on this thing? Oh my goodness, y'all. Did I lose the end? There we go. You can gift them. But I don't know about you all. I have still been having a hard time finding good girlfriends to kind of hang out with. I think it's been so strange since COVID. A lot of people just don't go out anymore or don't want to hang in person anymore, I guess might be a better way of saying it. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm making a mess is what I'm doing. We'll just put this little piece somewhere here, down here. But yeah, I've been having a hard time finding people who want to like go out. I work from home most of the time. Doing my new job, and so anytime I get a chance to go out, I want to go out because I want to get out of the house because this house drives me nuts sometimes because I'm in it all day. And so I look for people who want to go out and go do something, but I'm having a hard time finding anyone who wants to go out. They're all like, oh, I just rather stay home or this or that. And so I don't know if you all have that issue or problem or whatever, but it's hard making friends when people don't want to go out or do anything or even come over, I guess, because I would invite people over. But yeah, ever since COVID, I've noticed that a lot of people just don't really want to do much anymore. I find it kind of sad. It's really hard. It's hard finding people, I think. You know, I don't know. Oh, I like that. Ooh, that's so pretty. We can just keep the page like that even. But no, we're going to add so much more. So much more. It's probably going to be overkill, but, you know, still want to do it. Okay, so I have this honeycomb stamp, and I have the spiced marmalade distress ink. So we are going to do a few of these. Let me move this over. Let me get this on screen better so you can see better. Okay. And we're going to just do like, I guess, patches of it. Oh, let's put one right there. Oh, and I don't want it all even. I'll have to get that to dry. I'm going to put one right there. And I like these plastic ones, or, you know, where I can kind of move it around like this versus having it on a block where it's just like, I like having it where I can kind of manipulate where I want the stamp and how much of it I want on there. And I don't like having there. I don't like having it like a square. So I try to do a little bit of mismatch. Okay, I'm gonna spray this with water. Rub it off. That's one great thing about distress inks. But you also have to realize if you are using any kind of distress ink, it reacts with water. So if you're going to add watercolor onto the top of this, so that's why the watercolor had to be dry, because if it was wet, it would have reacted with that ink. So I want to dry this to kind of set the ink a little bit. Now I want to add this brown brushed corduroy, because I don't want just one color on the page. We want like a variety. Okay. There we go. Let's get that off the page a little. There we go. You can always just kind of go in and do one or two presses. Let's do like that, so it looks a little not so squared off, and I don't want this squared off down here. Okay. That should be good. Okay. So we got our stamping in. Whoops. Let's move that. Okay, what else do I want to do? Let's see. Oh, I have a script stamp. Where did that go? I wanted to add a little bit of script, but I'm not sure. Maybe just a little bit. Okay, so I have this black soot. I do have the VersaFine black, but the black soot seems to be a juicier pad, and it's a little bit deeper black, so I want to use that. This one kind of looks grayish. And again, I'm gonna just do a little bits of this. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's see. And then maybe just a little bit over here. Yeah, I don't want to cover up my verse. I might have to do this again. Where's my pen? Oh yeah. Just like that, it wipes off, easy peasy. Let me grab my pen again. I might just highlight this at the end, because I have a feeling I'm probably gonna go over it a few times with stuff. Okay, so let's dry that briefly. And just use whatever you have. So if you don't have these, don't stress. Just use some crayons, use some watercolors, some washi tape, whatever you have. If you have bee images from a magazine or whatever, just cut those out. Enjoy the creative process and just use what you have. You don't have to go out and buy stuff all the time. Okay, so let's do some splatters. Y'all know I love splatters, so let me grab some water. I use the neocolor crayons. This is probably the only thing I use my neocolor crayons for, which I should probably use them for so much more. But I just really love how they splatter. And so I just always go to these for my splattering. So I put water on my brush here and get this all like soaked up in with good color. And then just kind of go in. Look at that. Ooh, nice. Look how like deep and dark and rich that is. I love that. Ooh, that was a splatter for sure. But I actually kind of like that, and it just didn't hit the verse. So that was perfect. Perfect. Okay, and I got splatter literally everywhere. So if you're gonna do that, make sure you know you're probably gonna get it everywhere. And that was that. So that's easy. And let's dry that. So the more water you put on it, the bigger your splatters will be. If you just want really tiny little splatters, just barely get it wet with like a heavy duty bristle brush, and just you'll get these like little splatters, and then you'll get these bigger ones with the more water. And I like the variety of big and little. Again, another layer. So it's just layer after layer. Should be good. And then I did bring out the gold foil. Y'all see me use this before. And I think I'm just gonna use just a little bit. So just in a few areas. I don't wanna overpower this page. Well, the page is gonna be overpowered, but I don't wanna completely overpower the page. So I'm just gonna cut off a little bit of this foil. This is heat reactive foil or glue reactive. And so I'm gonna put glue in some sporadic places on the page, and then I'm just gonna put the paper down and grab like a burnisher or a credit card. I just used one of my like old credit cards here, player's card, and then you just burnish it down and pull up. And I want more on there, so I'm gonna put some more. So you see how it's just, I just put a little bit of glue down. Can you see that? I don't know, let me see. Can you see that in the light there? See that? It's just like barely there in certain spots. So that's kind of what I'm gonna do on the page. So we're just gonna pick some spots, put the paper down or the foil down and kind of burnish it and lift it up. So you're just gonna get like these little gold speckles here and there. And this is reminding me of, again, the great mercy of our Lord. And he brings us into the best land, and he chose the land. I love that, how he like chose the land for them. It's like he went out and specifically found like the perfect place for them and led them there and provided for them as he led them there. And no matter how many times they rebelled and he wanted to like really smack them, he didn't. He kept saying, you know, I considered pouring out my wrath on them, but can you imagine? I can't even imagine what God is looking like, what he thinks when he looks down at us now. Because I know my rebellious heart, and oh my goodness, like I can't even imagine. He's probably always like hitting his forehead going, oh my gosh, Renee, what the heck are you doing? I've told you this over and over and over again, or I've shown you this, or whatever. And yep, it takes me a while to learn. Apparently, I don't learn very easily. I gotta get the same lesson over and over and over again, apparently. So, but thank God, he's patient with crazy old me. Ooh, that one really came out. Another thing I like about this is you never know it's gonna like pop up. So it's always like a surprise when you lift the foil. I kind of like that. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit up there. Okay, let's see. So we got all these different areas. Okay, so there's that. So that foil goes a long way. A little piece goes a long, long way. Okay, so there's that layer. What else do we have? Oh, yes. I just grabbed a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. I was like going through my room going, ooh, let's use this. Ooh, let's use that. Ooh, let's use that. Now this stuff is the messy stuff. This I got from AliExpress, I think. And this is like that flaky stuff. And this is not gold. This one is like a copperish. And I really like this color. I wanted to bring out like kind of the copper looks in the bees as well. So let me think. Do I want to put this down first? Yeah, I guess we'll do this. Okay, so again, oops, I forgot. I need my glue. So we're going to kind of put some glue down and then take a piece of this, and I am just going to rub it with my finger on there. Stick it down and rub it. Stick it down and rub it. And it will make a mess, but it's okay. Let's put some here. And if you're careful with it, it doesn't have to really make that much of a mess. I mean, you can kind of, and I want it to be, again, like just in pieces. I don't want it to be like a full-on chunk of this stuff. So I'm rubbing it so it kind of rubs off and just goes in certain spots, if that makes sense. I mean, you could put it down like this and have a full-on piece like that, but I like to rub it, so I'm just getting pieces and particles on it. But you could like pat it down like that and have bigger pieces, bigger sections of it, which I might do in some areas. May as well. Let's put some up here. I'm gonna just use this, what I have here. Probably not even all this. Very, very, very light. So you take a deep breath, or you got a fan going and it's going everywhere. So make sure when you pull this stuff out, you don't have a fan going. I made that mistake once. Oh my goodness. I had this stuff everywhere. It blew everywhere, and it's so light that it'll just disappear on you. So yes, definitely make sure you don't have a fan going, or you don't breathe hard, or sneeze. Don't sneeze when you have this stuff out, or you have the flakes. Sometimes these come in flakes as well, in like a little jar. Yeah, make sure you don't sneeze or open the jar and then a gust of wind comes through or something like that. That could get crazy not dangerous, but you know, messy, crazy messy. Okay. Okay, the page is filling up. Okay, I'm gonna spray my fingers here and try to get some of this off. And oh, y'all, don't even look at my nails. They are atrocious, but I figured I might as well craft first, and then I'm gonna redo my nails later tonight. So yeah, they're atrocious, but you know, we'll kill two birds with one stone. We'll craft and mess up our nails, and then I'll do my nails later. Okay, you can just blow that off. So again, this stuff goes a long way. And the thing it came with like 50 sheets or 25 sheets or something like that. And I mean, I will never use all this. There's so much in here. You can just use just a little bit. So here's the page so far. You see, you've got gold on it. You've got the copper. You've got the washi tape. Okay, so now, let's see. I would like to put some of these on, but I also have, oh my gosh, y'all. Remember this glitter glue I got from Crafter Square? This is from the dollar store. And it's got like these little honeycomb pieces in it. I really want to put some of this on here, but the problem with this glue is it takes forever to dry. That's one thing I've noticed about this glue that I am not liking. It takes forever to dry. So I'm going to put it on here, but I'm going to kind of rub it so it's very, see, if you leave it like that, it'll really take forever to dry. So I'm going to just kind of rub it with my fingers and smooth it out a little bit. But even then, it still takes a while to dry. But this is giving me now, and be careful if you're going to put it over the Distress ink, because this is a liquid. It's going to react with the Distress ink and smear it. So just kind of pat it over there. But I like these little honeycomb pieces, glitter pieces in there. So I'm putting some over things and under things and around things. So we're getting some sequins in here. I'm gonna put some flowers down here, so I don't know if where this is gonna kind of peep out or not, but we'll put it in some spots. Again, it's hodgepodge. I'm not even thinking about where I'm putting this. I'm just putting it down. We're just gonna have it in random places. So we're having all these honeycomb pieces. I love it. Let's put some right here. And this glitter glue, well, it's called glitter glue because it's got glitter in it. So I'm getting glitter on my page as well as these like little honeycomb, whatever. I don't know what you call these, like confetti pieces or whatever. Oh my gosh, y'all. This page is looking shimmery. Okay, I want to put some on top of this, but it's probably going to smear it, so we'll see. Put a little bit. Well, maybe not too bad. It doesn't smear too bad, but I'll just leave it. Okay, I'm not going to push my luck. Okay, so now I'm going to try to dry this as best as possible, or at least get it moving along. Because this glue does take a while. I don't know why it takes so long to dry. But I might just let it sit overnight too, but I want to get at least a little bit so when I glue the other things on top of it, I won't really smear it too badly. We'll see. But aren't y'all glad for the mercy of the Lord? I know I am, for sure. Okay, so I have these flower stickers that we're going to put on. And then we have these honeycomb stickers. So let's figure out, or not stickers, die cuts. Whoop. You could even use these, the middle pieces, and glue in different areas. I'm just keeping them in here. I might glue a couple. We'll see. But I think I'm going to tear... Nope, maybe I'm gonna cut it. When I'm tearing, everything's coming undone. Okay. Oh my, they all fell out. Okay, use my glue. Let's see, where do we want this? Not like that. I like when things come off the page as well. Now these are hard to glue because there's hardly any surface area to glue, and I want to keep those in there. I'm gonna have this one kind of coming off the page like that, and I want to keep some of these in here, so I'm going to glue those back in. Like so. And let's get that glue down. Have to be careful with that glitter glue right there because that's still wet. I'm just gonna put some glue here on the page and glue that down. Again, getting messy. I'm gonna put that one there, I think. So yeah, you don't even have to use your die cuts in the way that they gave them to you or whatever. You can cut them apart, try some different shapes, and just kind of fool around with it. Let me see, I guess we can go like this. Oop. And then I want that one in there. We'll put this one up there. Boy, yes, I've got glue everywhere. And this one is not sticking, y'all. Okay, how much time we got? Okay, we're doing a little okay. Okay, let's do... Like, all these pieces are coming undone. That means I just glue them back in. I got glue all over my fingers, so this is like, I should probably dry my fingers and then that'll be helpful. Which I will do after this one. Yeah, the thing with these die cuts, they're so fragile because they're so tiny. And there's hardly any glue like surface areas to glue. Okay, let me grab paper towel. I'm gonna wash my hands. And I'm going to press down. Once I'm done with this and it dries a little, I'll press a book on it, and then it'll all get it all down on the ground. Okay, let's do there. And maybe one more. Sorry, y'all, I'm concentrating. I know I get quiet. I get quiet when I start like really concentrating. I'm like, okay, I'm on my roll. We'll just put this one here. I don't want that one in the middle. We'll empty a couple of these because I want some kind of peekaboo through that. Glue, glue. Okay. Let me see. This piece does not want to stay down. Oh, and this piece. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get these in the right spot. You know me. Okay. Okay, so we got that done. Got our honeycombs on. I have these extra. I could save those for something else, which I will. I'll put those to the side. Now let's get our little bees going. Let's start gluing some bees. I don't know where I want these guys. Oh, and I want some flowers too. So I know I want one right up here. So put him there. And let's figure out these flowers. So I had these. I don't know where I got these stickers. I've had them for a while. Probably a garage sale or maybe a sale at a store. I don't know. I just pick stuff up randomly. But they're like little 3D stickers with like little jewels in them. I think they're so cute. So I like having it kind of hang off the page. So let's just start sticking some stickers. The land of milk and honey. Promised land. Okay, so throw that. Let's see, maybe. There, and maybe. Ooh, those colors really, those just matched perfectly. So I'm thinking we'll have one kind of hanging off the page. So I'm going to cut about halfway down this. I don't know, we'll see if it cuts the whole thing apart or if it'll work. Huh, that worked. Who knew? I kind of hide. This one got cut off from, well, actually he can come from the bottom or tuck in there too. So he got cut off from my printer. So again, I still use, I'll just tuck them back there. I still use little pieces that maybe aren't perfect, but you could still use them on your page. Okay. Are those all my bees? I thought I had more. Oh, here's another little one. Oh, there's one. Maybe this guy will be off the side. We got a big one here. And a couple little ones. Where do we want this guy? Just right here. I'm going to put the title right around there. That's why I'm kind of leaving that open. And I'm getting that glitter glue all over my hands, but it's still on the page too. Okay, I think I want to add a few more flowers. I'll add one there. Okay, that should be good. Put those to the side, and then what else? What am I missing? Oh yeah, y'all. There's so many things, so many things. Okay, oops. So I have not used this. I've only used it, I think, once. So I have this wax seal, and look, it's a bee. I'm like, oh. So I'm actually going to put the title right about here. So let me think. I was going to put God's Mercy right here. So I'm going to put the bee wax and then the title. So let's see how this is going to work. Oh, cross your fingers, y'all. Let's hope I don't burn this place down. So I think if I remember correctly, okay, we got to light this. Maybe. If it'll light. There we go. Okay. Okay, I have a wet paper towel here just in case. Okay, so you get this good and hot. I don't know if any of you have ever used these before. Usually people will do like put it in a spoon or like a little container or whatever. I don't have one. So I'm just going to drip this where I want it. You want the wax to melt. And you need enough of it to press in. You can get these on Amazon. You can get I got this one as a gift. I have a couple other ones, but you can get them in a variety of places: AliExpress, Amazon, crafters places, a whole bunch of places. Okay, so I'm gonna try to like spread this around a little bit. And let's see if come on. That should be enough. I'm hoping that'll be enough. And then I'm gonna dab that out. Oh, no. Come on. Dab that out. I'm gonna set that there for now. And then I'm gonna press this in. So let's make sure the bee is up. Press it hard. This is what they used to do in the olden time days. To seal their And voila, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, it's not a perfect circle. Can y'all see that? Here, let me bring it up. Well, I can't bring the book up yet. It's too big. Can you see it right here? It looks so cool. It's a little wax seal with a little bee on it. Okay, and then I'm going to write God's mercy, or not write, but with the stickers. And I probably needed tweezers. It'd probably be a lot easier. And if you can't do it straight, you could do a ruler, like a little line, which I should probably do because mine is probably going to be so wonky. But that's okay. God's mercy will cover me. Oh, thank you, Jesus. You can see my hands shake, man. I'm not as steady as I used to be. Old age is going in. Oh, talking about that, y'all. My body is falling apart. It is literally falling apart. This year has been the year from you know where, medical-wise. I'm still dealing with my Achilles, but because of my Achilles, it literally threw out my back, my hip, my knee, because I was in that boot for so long. And so now I am dealing with so many other issues that they're trying to help me get past. And so I'm in a lot of rehab and PT, physical therapy, for all these other issues. And I'm so active, and it's keeping me from being active, and it's really driving me crazy. M-E-R-C-Y, right? Am I spelling that right? Sometimes when you look at a word for too long and you're like, is that really how you spell it? Like the, you know, sometimes I look at it, I'm like, is that really how it's spelled? You just been staring at it for too long, or I do that quite often. Oops. God's mercy. Thank you, Jesus, for your mercy. And then I think I'm gonna put the date. So what is today? I don't even know. What is we in? May. We're in May. So what month is May? That's what, 5? So let's put the date somewhere. Put it along the side right here. Oop. Okay, if I can get it, come on. 5, what is today's date? 23rd. Oh, you know what? It's the 23rd of the 23rd of 2023. I just realized that. Y'all, it's hard working sideways. I'm trying not to have my hand on the page because there's so many wet things still on the page. So I'm trying to do this. $5/23 of the year 2023. Dang, y'all, I cannot believe we're in 2023. I didn't think we'd make it to the year 2000. And here we are. I'm going to take my pen, my black pen, and do just a little dot in between. And there we go. Oh, boy, what a page to do the one day we finally come back. A lot, but it was so fun. So fun. There were so many things I wanted to do on this page. Okay, so let's bring it up close. My fingers are a mess, but that was fun. That was really fun. I love just getting messy and dirty in the whole thing. That's when I know I'm like truly creating. But here we go. So again, we are in Ezekiel. This was chapter 20, and this was verse 6. He brought them into the land of milk and honey, the promised land. But here's our page. See, can you see it? Look at the different shimmer and shines. And the little glitter. I gotta let this dry overnight because of that glitter glue. It takes a while. But look at that seal right there. That bee seal. So cool. I might actually put, no, I was gonna put a couple more on the page, but I think one right there at the title was good enough. So there's the page. Whew, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Thanks for letting me come back. I don't know when I'm going to see you next, but I will try to do a few more whenever I can. Because, yeah, I can't stay away for that long. It drives me crazy. I need to craft and be in the Word. So I hope you all have a very blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, y'all. Bye-bye.